So the judgment has come out. I don't know what was happening with the dates and all, but anyway, apparently I think the judges didn't want the trouble of these people coming to court and whatever. I think they just wrote the judgment and sent it to the lawyers. Now, so it has come out. It has come out, and the court, just like I said, there were no convincing arguments. There were no convincing arguments that this case was supposed to go to the Supreme Court. There were no convincing arguments. And surely there are no convincing arguments. Surely there are no convincing arguments. You can say whatever it is. Most of the things that you people have been talking about, most of the things that you have been talking about, I hate people that behave like they are my bosses. Allah, who the hell is this person? Eh? I mean, why do some of these people behave like they are my bosses? Allah, nonsense. Hey, I move on my own. Eh? I move on my own. Eh? I don't have a boss to tell me, hey, do this, do that. If you're on Kana, I don't have a boss to tell me what to do. Anyway, so there are no arguments. There are no arguments. No matter where you can go, no matter where you can go, you can even go to Geneva. You can even go to whichever court. There are no arguments as to why, substantive arguments as to why Edgar Lungu should be buried in South Africa. On social media, you people, you are being fed, fake narratives. But all those narratives, they can't hold. They can't hold. I said it from the word go, that these arguments that Makebi Zulu is bringing, they were based on just two things: bitterness and hatred for one person. Bitterness and hatred for one person. That's all. That's all. You can bring in this, whichever way you look at it, it's all about bitterness. It's all about hatred for one man. And in that regard, there is nowhere where you can go and be given audience or be, entertained. Be entertained. You can't say, no, we are going to bury a former head of state in another country because the former head of state moved by economy. The former head of state moved on Uber. The former head of state was stopped from jogging. The former head of state was stopped from going to church. All those arguments, valid as they may be, they do not take away the fact that this man who has died is the former head of state. They do not take away the fact that this man who has died is a former head of state. Yes, you can bring all those arguments. Agreed. I'm not saying some of these issues, they shouldn't have been done. No, I'm not saying that. I was one of those people who was standing by the gate of Valungu, defending the Valungu, because at that moment, that was not justice. At that moment, that was not respectful to the former head of state. So I still stand by my position that I had when I stood before Get Yaba Edgar Lungu, defending Balungu and the family. I still stand by that. Some of you have been circulating to say, hey, Tayari, that kahedin, where I said I would defend the Lungu family at all costs. Yes, I still stand by that. If there was any injustice done to Balungu, if Balungu was still alive today and injustice is done, I was still going to defend Balungu. But whatever the issues that you may be alluding to, that you may be talking about, they do not warrant Balungu to be buried in South Africa. No, they don't. Because some of these things, yes, they are not right. I am not saying everything that happened to Edgar Lungu is right. No. But it is part of politics. It is not something that can warrant Lungu to be buried outside the country. It is not something that can warrant that. So this is not about what, no, Chavinga, no, it's not. No, it's not. Ngawaingira mma politics. You must be ready for some of these things. I am here in exile. And believe you me, I've got nothing against Hakainde Hichilema. Nothing against Hakainde Hichilema. Because this is just part of politics. It's part of politics. Everywhere you go. Everywhere. Naku America, naku Britain. Kuisa mukafisanga. So, you people cannot just come and pick up and say, no, because Edgar Lungu was treated this way. How many politicians are being mistreated right now? How many politicians are being mistreated right now? How many politicians are being harassed right now? It is just part of the game. Politics, politics, that's how politics is. Politics is like boxing. You enter into the ring, you have to be hammered. Your family cannot complain to say, no, it is part of it. So that was just bitterness. That's all. No, Edgar Lungu said he doesn't want Hakainde Hichilema near the body. I mean, what is that? If not hatred. You can't insist. You can't go to court. How can you go to court to say, no, we don't want this person to be part of the funeral? I mean, honestly, is that even culture? I don't know. It's just not normal. Umuntu ngafwa tulapusana. But when a person dies, we all come together. When a person dies. Yes, when somebody is alive, yes, we differ and what. It is normal. But when somebody is gone, even those that did not like you, even those that said bad things, they will come. That's how we are as human beings. That's how we are as human beings. So, there are reasons here what court can entertain. That's not, those are not reasons that the court can entertain. No. So, today, the judgment has come out. Whatever you for black Jesus, they tapaye for the black Jesus when tapaye for read that judgment. There is nothing that judgment said. There is nothing. I told you that he had no good reasons to advance. And what he had to do is to confuse you. And you were confused. No, you cannot reinstate benefits on a funeral. Who wanted to reinstate benefits on the funeral? Who wanted to reinstate benefits on the funeral? It was to follow. Lungu is dead. And when he's dead, what does our constitution say? Our constitution says that a former head of state must be buried by government. That's what it says. And we have a judgment that said, people's interest is higher than the interest of the individual and the family. We have the judgment. And so why should it be different with Edgar Lungu? So I am just saying this because I know some of you would want to start bringing in other issues. Mtampo kuwepa na corruption na papeli. You are judges validia. No, judges were corrupted. No, there is nothing. You can pick this case and take it to another court. Whichever, anywhere in the world. There is no way the judges will look at this case any other way. No, they are using why are they using the constitution of Zambia? Edgar Lungu was the former head of state of Zambia. He was not the former head of state of South Africa. He was not. Some of you were even talking about, no, so-and-so was buried there, so-and-so. Those people, ordinary people, they were not former presidents. We have, yes, a number of people who are buried in other countries, and there is no issue. Because they are not former head of state. They have got no public interest. But people of public interest, people who are in public, where public interest is there, public interest comes in. Even me here, as the biggest opposition political party leader, if I were to die here, all of you have a say. All of you who are here, you will have a say. You will have a say. There is no way you are going to allow me. I'm not a former head of state, but me, I know. I know I'm powerful in Zambia. I know I am very powerful in Zambia. I know very much. If I die today, I know public interest will come up. I've never been in government, but I know you people, you will demand to say, bring back Tayali, bring him back. You will demand. And my family cannot come up to say, no, you know, our father was not even in government and whatever. They can't. They can't. Because I'm already in the public domain. I'm a public asset. As it is, Chiruvatari. I'm a public asset, Timwe. You don't know. I'm a public asset, and yet I've never been in government. But by the very fact that I've got a following, I've got such a huge following, I command some influence in Zambia. I am a public asset. You should know that. You should know that. You think anything can happen to me and it is just swept under the carpet? No ways. No ways. I'm not a small politician. I'm a big politician. So if me, who has not been in government, I'm not even a former head of state, if people can have a say, what about a former head of state? A former head of state. Eh? How am we want to? Let's be reasonable. Let's be reasonable, na papata. Let's be reasonable. So in this instance, this has happened. The judgment has come out. I think from me, my appeal even at this point in time, is that can we unite as a family, as a country? From my point of view, na papata, I am making this appeal. Please, please, please. This is not about win or lose. Let us not taunt those who were supporting the issue of Balungu being buried in South Africa. Let us not taunt them. Now, Papa, I'm pleading. Let us not taunt them. Let us not, ridicule them. Let us not mock them. No, let us not do that. This is a point where now we unite as a country. Let us unite as a country. Let us unite as a country and let us arrange for the send-off of our former head of state. At this point in time, all of us, let us converge in one voice of sending off our former head of state. Sending off our former head of state. Let us send him off as a former head of state, our sixth Republican president. It shouldn't be a time for mockery. It shouldn't be a time for taunting others. It shouldn't be a time for abusing others. Others, they had a different view, but the court has ruled. Can we respect the judgment? Can we respect the judgment? And can we prepare the country? Can we prepare for the state funeral? As a country united, including with the family, I am pleading with the family that I know the government of Hakainde Hichilema, even at this point in time, I know they have a listening ear. I know they would have considerations. I know. I don't have to ask them. I'm not going to plead. I'm not going to start saying, no, please, the government, do this, no. Because that would be like pushing an open door. I'm not going to ask President Hakainde Hichilema to say, President Hakainde Hichilema, please forgive, please do, because President Hakainde Hichilema has been very consistent on this one. Has been very, very consistent. He has always prayed that we can unite on this. He has always extended an olive branch to the family. So please, I strongly believe that Hakainde Hichilema is still of that disposition. Mwewa ku PF, especially pa social media, pana papata, We have influence on social media. What we say go a long way. So please, let us unite. Let us encourage the family. Let us encourage all of us to come together. Let us encourage all of us to come together. Let us really encourage all of us to come together and bury our former head of state accordingly. Please. And the Lungu family, I strongly believe that Hakainde Hichilema has not closed the door. The door of Hakainde Hichilema and his government is open. You can still send some envoy. You can still communicate. You have been communicating with the secretary to the cabinet. Even at this point in time, you can send, a message to Patrick Kangwa so that we can do it together as a family. One Zambia, one nation. That is my plea. Muitampa kwati yo, ifeka tu waiseko, hey, we want to come there. No, I don't want, it wouldn't be good. That won't be good. Let all of us come and send off by EDGAR LUNGU. You have got concerns, I know. You have got issues. But those issues can be looked at. Court cases, those court cases can be looked at. I don't think Hakainde Hichilema would want to be seen by Esther Lungu going kuma court. I don't think so. But of course, he cannot come out to say, no, those court cases, forget it. No, it doesn't happen like that. He's a president. There is a rule of law. He has to follow that. But there are ways that these things can be done. So please, just come. Ukikala kunse kuno kwa lishupa. It won't be long. You will be regretting. It won't be long. You will be regretting being out here. In Zambia, you have your own life. Even me, kunonaikala, it's not that I'm desperate. I'm okay. But, being in Zambia is just different. It's just different. I would rather be shani, but at least I'm within my environment. Washinguluka, walombako sochuku, washinguluka, wachitako efi, washinguluka. You need to be, and especially at a certain age, and after living such a life, I think it is better that the Lungu family go back to Zambia. It is much, much better. And I strongly believe that Hakainde Hichilema still has an open heart. So please, tuidonsa na paiyo, and olomu ichite chifukushi, ukweba tumuikale, ukokuine, Yeah. So that is the issue. I just wanted to give this update, because, I think they were avoiding, the court avoided, you remember what happened in court, where there were insults and whatever. So the court avoided those issues. But what is also sad, you remember that now the court has even asked, the Lungu family to pay the lawyers, for this appeal. They have been charged with costs. And when the court says you should pay the cost, it means the court is quite irritated. It is quite irritated. But nonetheless, let's move forward. Let's prepare for the state funeral. Who knows? I might even come. We'll talk later. We'll talk tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be talking in the evening. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So we'll talk tomorrow at 20 hours. Bye for now.